would have seen him. I saw it Chidula personally during the ACC Imaging Asia Cup, just happened last month. That's a signal for the third power play. 5 fielders can save the boundary now. 4 in the circle.
As long as there's a plan, these blocks are fine. But if there's not a plan, then you get into a panic-stricken situation. And Pakistan wouldn't want that.
How would you play from here, Ramesh bhai? Shadab Khan being the anchor, Iftikhar to be the tonker?
No, I think it's about picking up a bit of rhythm. Look for those ones. And if you see an opportunity, maybe then go for that big heave. But blocking and then trying to hit a ball that is a decent delivery, you're asking for danger. You're flirting with a lot of risk.
No, so back of the mind, the both two batsmen.
It doesn't have a lot of deliveries really to get.
Looks like Faruqi, and as I said, they got one more option of Shahidullah, who's playing this game, a left arm spinner. Maybe a couple of overs from him. Maybe the wave go forward, but Rashid Khan got 2 more overs. Wicket column, nil. Nothing. He will be licking his lips, looking at how Iftikhar Ahmed is going. Pick up 1 or 2 wickets.
It's an all-out spin attack in Afghanistan. They've called this Pakistan's batting lineup quite brilliantly. Economy of 4.88. Rashid, 8 overs, none for 39.
Attacking with the slip, keeping mid-wicket open, wanting Shadab Khan to go towards mid-wicket and get that top edge or the leading edge. This is good captaincy by Hasbutullah Shahidi.
Shadab wants 2 and will get a response from his partner. The dive is in from Iftikhar. That's good running. Got to show a bit of desperation, and well, we saw one there.
Yeah, much better. This is what I spoke about in the previous over, showing some intent, running 1s into 2s. The deep mid-wicket fielder was about 10 yards from the boundary, but still Iftikhar Ahmed made it in the end pretty easily.
Full toss will find the fielder at long on fence. When you're under pressure, under stress, even a full toss doesn't really yield the kind of result that you're hoping for. So it was a ginger straight drive. Shadab normally would put that away for a 6. 77 of 51. Rashid still maintaining a slip, which is the right way to go. Iftikhar is not picking which way the ball is spinning. To the gap for a run.
Mohammad Nabi at slip is very fine. Remember when Babar Azam playing against Rashid Khan, there was a boundary right through the gap between the first slip fielder and Gurbaz. Now it looks at least 2 feet to finer towards the wicket keeper. I think this is the way it should be, because Rashid Khan, the pace he bowls, is going to go finer, not squarer. 42 gone to 25 for 6. This is what I'm talking about. Take a look where Mohammad Nabi was previously, before he even realized and reacted. That ball flew past. And ever since then, the first slip fielder for Mujib as well as Rashid Khan is very, very fine. Sometimes you learn from your mistakes, but this is where at international level you've got to be a bit proactive. Understand the fact that both the bowlers are bowling quick and the slip fielder got to be finer.
Pakistan dropping pace, dropping rhythm, losing wickets, losing their way a little. 9.5 is the required rate. This approach has been determined by Afghanistan. They've forced this approach on Pakistan because Pakistan have not really been able to pick the spinners. You can have a strategy, but strategy has got to be based on skill work. And if you don't have the skill work, if you can't pick which way the ball is going to spin, then obviously you're going to lag behind, and that's where it can be so frustrating to watch Pakistan. They've got the team, they've got the attack, they've got the frontline batsmen, but it's just that the middle order needs amping it up big time. This could be the chance now. When given the chance, if the heart can be lethal, it's a great start to the over. 4 through the offside.
I understand why Hasmutullah Shahidi keeping 1 over of Mujibur Rahman to the end. Bringing a fast bowler who has not had a good day at this occasion. I mean, 2 right-handers in. And the wicket is not the easiest against spinners. When you have a left-arm spinner, why not use it? That's the question I would like to ask. If the 2 fast bowlers have had a good day, not even bothered to will be asked. With Rahman going for runs, Farooqi going for runs, plenty of advices, but that young man will be wanting to bowl quick. At the moment, bowling with variation, and the length is very important. If the car is going to murder you in anything, it is got to be slightly shorter.
It's the good length area, gets a run if the heart. This is where Pakistan can cash in. This is where they can get the rhythm back. This is where they can put a bit of pressure on Afghanistan, because pace is easy to manage.
Absolutely. I think even Shadab Khan will be happy that the first bowler is back. Good timer, good technique, and all importantly, boundary the first bowler itself, putting so much pressure on the bowler.
That's a good delivery. Pace off is the way to go on a pitch like this if you're a pacer. And it's about managing discipline, managing your skill, and holding on to your nerve.
Also, not being predictable. Got to be unpredictable. Being those changes. 3 deliveries, 3 types: full, good length, and a slow delivery. This is where I think skipper Shahidi should guide the young man, exactly telling him what to do.
There should be 2. That's well played. Only a single. That's well fielded, in fact. That fielder from long on, Nabi, came herring towards the ball.
President was sprinting across. It was like a lightning Usain Bolt, Mohammad Nabi. Shown by both the teams. In fact, the intensity shown with both the games has been fantastic leading up to the Asia Cup.
This has to be a 6. This has got to go. Not really. That's well bowled. Once again, pace off. That's good bowling. In a situation like this, it pays if you keep it simple. Not worry about the magical deliveries or thinking twice in your run-up what to bowl. It's about keeping your head clean, clear, and having a simple strategy.
3 consecutive slow deliveries. Can be the 4th as well. Doesn't matter. You bowl slow ball as a fast ball if it's working.
2 straight. It's the stumps at the non-strikers end as singles. So Rahman actually escapes punishment. Turned out to be a good, decent over. 68 now in 42 balls. 233 for 6.
As they say, hit it straight, but not that straight. That should have been a boundary, but unfortunately for Shadab, hit the stumps. 5 bowlers been used. I think these 5 will remain. And the commander that Hasmutullah Shahidi got to work out as soon as possible. When to finish Mujib, when to finish Rashid. That's something that they will be thinking out pretty hard.
It's a long fence, and so Pakistan need big shots. And this will serve Afghanistan brilliantly. 81-meter hit, 80-meter hit. It's got to be a meaty blow to get a 6. It's not going to be simple against Mujib because he'll be quick through the air, he'll be flat, and he'll get response from the surface as well. There he goes, straight, a chop, and a single.
He's a stat which makes Afghanistan fans very happy. Only once that after scoring 300 out of 6 times, Afghanistan have failed to defend. That too against Sri Lanka up in Pallekele. Last year, January, I was covering that game. 314 was chased down by Sri Lanka. And that game, plenty of dew. And the spinners found it really hard. But today, there's absolutely no dew and the wicket is still gripping. Good chance at the moment.
So in T20 terms, if you were to get 66 in 40 balls with 6 wickets down, you would back the batting side. And I think Pakistan will have to treat this as a T20 affair and keep faith. Only that the dimensions are huge here, so you can always run fast, look for 2s and 3s. But you've got to take this as a T20 duel.
Mention about the boundaries. I think Ramesh Bhai is also being a bit cheeky. It's going to be important. Play a reverse sweep here and there, probably a paddle sweep. Find that gap. Yes, as you said, clearing the boundary won't be easy. It's a massive field, the biggest field in Sri Lanka. It's not going to be easy. Be a bit cheeky. Be a bit smarter. No chance here. Direct hit will be. Oh, Iftikhar Ahmed. Gone, all ends up.
Confusion. Yes, no, wait. By that time, Iftikhar was probably out of his crease when the throw was attempted at the non-striker's end. No, he's not been allowed any width. This turns out to be another excellent over for Afghanistan. 6 down for 237.
Well, the closing overs approach, and Pakistan have really let this slip in the chase. Always pressure in the end can sometimes tell like this with the pressure of the scoreboard runs, with wickets going. That was the one thing Afghanistan wanted in the middle. When Imam ul-Haq and Babar Azam were together, it looked like Pakistan were coasting. With the wicket of Babar, the run out of Rizwan, things started to change and Afghanistan looked sharper again in the field. They've picked up the wickets, they've squeezed it. And now it's 64 needed off 36 balls. And that is going to take some doing. It's now the quicker bowlers. Faruqi has 3 left, 2 for 43 so far. Takes the pace off the ball.
Yeah, the reason why Pakistan find themselves in this dire situation is because there has been a litany of mistakes. As you mentioned, Pakistan was cruising with that partnership, but after that, run out, and then that reverse sweep has hampered or stymied the progression of this innings.
Well, I think it still is in Pakistan's hand, because Iftikhar Ahmed and Shadab Khan are out in the middle and they can help the cause. Shots like this will certainly make it easier. That's a boundary, welcome boundary for Shadab Khan. So that is the problem. The pace can leak runs.
Well, short and wide is what's known as an invitation, gilt-edged invitation. Exactly what Shadab would have actually, if he had a breakfast menu to stick outside his room, that would be on it.
Comfort food.
Well, they need more of it. They've got to have a big appetite here to win this game still.
Outside your room service, huh? So that's the added bonus with that. That's good. That's change of pace. Takes the pace off the ball, making the batsman do the work.
Yeah, that boundary. And for me, Shadab Khan created his own line and length to be able to free his arms by backing away from the leg stump. He's an able batsman. He can surprise you.
Yeah, I think it's surely about Afghanistan and their bowling now, restricting options. So not trying to be too clever. Yes, you need those changes of pace. Those are all the things that happen at this stage of a game. But straight and full, up to a point, just cuts down those options. That, for instance, right, you take the pace off the ball, and what happens? The shot has to be slowed down. So unless you read it immediately out of the hand, you end up slowing down your shot. You're only going to get one for that. You can't swing through the ball in the same way and find the boundaries. So those sort of deliveries are clever, but it's such a guessing game, isn't it? At the end of the innings, like it's always a guessing game. Cat and mouse, who can outguess the other?
And that's how he got the very important scalp of Babar Azam. He gave him pace off, he went for the shot, and that's where from the downfall started. But it still is in Pakistan's hand as far the chase is concerned.
Pace off again. So again, the bat speed is slow. You've got the man out there on that square leg boundary. Singles are fine. Well, if you're Afghanistan. So I'm talking from the point of view of Afghanistan, their bowlers, their captain, their field placings. What you don't want is to give either Shadab or Iftikhar. Iftikhar is a big hitter given the opportunity. So you've got to try and cut down those opportunities.
Yeah, the idea for the bowler is not to get predictable. Just have the batsman guessing. Force them playing the ball very late.
Oh my word. Oh, the run-out's favourites, 245 for 6. I mean, it's extraordinary what happens, isn't it, when the pressure is on in a chase. We mentioned just now the run out of Rizwan, which I think was one of the key factors in slowing this chase down. Iftikhar there hits it firmly straight at extra cover. There's no run on. If Shadab is running just on the off chance, that's a big misjudgment. You've got to turn, come back. If the throw hits, you are struggling. 56 needed, 30 balls left. Two men who, yes, they have the ability to make runs at this sort of pace, but how often do they have to do it under these circumstances? Yes, they can play T20, domestic PSL, and make runs for fun. Yes, they can play international T20 and make runs for fun. Suddenly with a 50-over game, now you've got Rashid Khan as well, you've got a 50-over game. Yes, you've got to try and pretend, shall we say, this is the closing overs of a T20. Use exactly the same tactics. Batting and bowling sides will be thinking exactly the same thing. But this man is key. He's got just 1 over left. And if Afghanistan, if Hambantota can see this as maybe a wicket-taking opportunity, just think what that would do.
Yeah, but when you are chasing, the margin of error is less. You have to be absolutely clear with the thinking. Be able to chase down a total of more than 300 runs. That's nicely played. That stroke will earn him a couple of runs here.
Well, they know that the required run rate is under 12, so they cannot take the chance of watching through the Rashid Khan's over, so they'll have to take their chances. And the last time Pakistan needed 56 in the last 5 overs, it was made to win a cause in 2010 versus South Africa. So can they bring Pakistan home from here?
Well, what we're saying there, you can bring up those sort of statistics. You can say, yes, they've done it before. You can equally say, yes, they don't do it all the time. And most of the time, these things don't happen.
Now, whose work are you questioning, mine or the statisticians?
Neither.
Just kidding.
Did I? Absolutely neither. What you said and what the statistician, bless him, has come up with is fact. What you repeated is fact. What was unsaid is that how often do you not get those runs in that time?
Absolutely spot on.
But I think if the Pakistanis play this over intelligently, they will create a chance to win this one, because couple over from Rahman are left, who's been expensive, who's been all over the shop, and then couple of overs from the left-arm fast bowler.
Just look at that for a moment. Gurbaz made 150. He's been keeping all the way through this innings, and he's sprinting to cut that off. That is full commitment.
And I think it's about time that we have to credit to both Rizwan and Rahmanullah Gurbaz behind the wickets. These two wicket keepers have been phenomenal. They've really done a great job, and that speaks for itself.
Going for the big one. He hasn't got hold of it. Drops short, gets away with it. And there's the difference. You get hold of it enough, you reach the field. If you get hold of it properly, you might clear him. Just to remind you, this is a big field. This is not your 70-yard boundary. This is 80.
The required run rate is touched 12 now.
Smack straight. Straight down the ground, and that will be 4. But this is desperately needed by Pakistan. The odd 4, the odd 6 keeps them just about in touch, but even then there's work to do. 255 for 6, 4 left.
He knew where the chances were to pick up a boundary. It's the ball straight down the ground. This is intelligent from Shadab Khan.
Yeah, intelligent but much needed. So Rashid finishes his 10 overs, none for 53. Had a chance he put down off his own bowling. That was off Imam some hours ago now. Let's check those figures. None for 53 from his 10. Nabis finished his 10, 2 for 46. Who's left? Well, it's Faruqi, who we saw in the previous over, and Rahman, who's bowled his 8 overs, none for 54. So, yeah, the tension mounts. 46 needed from 24. All bar 12 runs per over required. Sort of sweep shot. And the slower delivery. Nicely picked up down there. It was a good chase and tumble to make sure it didn't somehow find a way to the boundary.
Well, that's been good fielding out there. Certainly safe 2 runs for his team. Talking about Abdurrahman, he's leaked runs, but he is one that Afghanistan is counting on to be able to work it through the death overs. He's got good block holes, but the problem, as Amir Sahel earlier was saying, you cannot become predictable. So it seems like the Pacers have frequently been bowling these back of a hand slower balls.
You know, the problem for him is this margin for error thing. If you're aiming at leg stump, trying to aim to your predominantly leg side field, just to point out, there's the deep square leg behind square. There's a deep in wicket, there's a long on, a man fine at short long leg. So he's trying to aim kind of straight in the first place. If you get it slightly wrong, then the wide, of course, means the extra ball, means the extra run, means the pressure on the bowler just starts to mount, because you don't want to make mistakes at this stage. You don't want to give anything away at this stage. Right, a look of stern concentration on his face. Just look at the target. Sounds good, but it has gone high. And that is well taken. Mohammad Nabi had to make a lot of ground to come in from long on. That went high but had no distance. Was hanging in the air. Tantalising maybe. Needed judging. He judged it well. Kept his head. And the hands were exactly where they needed to be.
Whatever was told by the wicketkeeper Gurbaz has really worked. The advice he took, was able to land the ball in the right area, grab the batsman. Oh, what a well-judged catch from Mohammad Nabi to get rid of danger man Iftikhar.
Well, came 20 yards running all the way towards the prize and takes the catch. He knows that this is a very crucial wicket. Abdur Rahman, trusted for the job, takes the first wicket in this ODI series. Iftikhar Ahmed departs after 17. Pakistan are 258 for 7.
Well, with 7 down, our new man is Shah Afridi. Now, he does like to hit the ball. He has what they call long levers, and when they work, the ball goes a long, long way. But it's 43 needed from 22. Again, just under 12 runs and over. Abdur Rahman has just got his wicket. He's just got his man. He's just put the pressure further on to Pakistan. And Rahman is going to go around the wicket, so change the angle to the left hand. Now let's check out the field. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on. So again, it's a leg side field. 3 men saving, 1 on the offside, 1 on the cover boundary, 1 at long off. So in at the toes. And again, these changes of pace probably take pace off. Straight, pace off, hard to hit. A dot ball.
I'm sure he's listening to you, but that was a prized wicket, especially made for these occasions. This time, not able to convert into a big innings that was expected of him. Gets it high in the sky. Mohammad Nabi, safe hands.
Now there was a big wind-up, and Iftikhar was looking for something back of the length. He boarded fuller, hence the batsman faltering.
Yeah, if you look at it closely, just slightly sliced. So instead of the full blade going through the ball and hitting it, well, as far as Iftikhar can hit it on a good day, it just got the height but not the distance. But again, credit to Nabi. Made it look easy, and they're never easy, those chances. Under pressure, under the lights, high in the sky. But he sauntered in, took it casually, took it well.
The required run rate now jumps above 12. It's under 13, so the higher it goes, the more pressure it exerts on the batters. It's going to be tough, but it's still possible.
Going to push for 2 if they can. It's just dropped into the onside. There's a big boundary out there, so those 2s are hard to defend. Nothing much you can do. I'm just a bit worried about you. You're preempting the possibility here of Pakistan racing to victory with a few big shots, as if you have no faith in your men.
Well, I actually do, but ask me this. How so many times the game has come down to the wire, and every time Pakistan has won it? And that's the reason why Afghanistan still does not have a win against Pakistan in the ODI, and this is the 6th match of these two teams playing together. And not to say that they have played T20 before the T20 series, and Afghanistan was never able to cross the line. So it's the nerves that Afghanistan will have to hold. But whoever play good cricket, at the end of the day, will play. And look at this. The pressure, it's wide, it's extra runs, not needed at this stage. This is the last thing that you will do.
I feel you. I definitely feel you. But for the Pakistani perspective, it's very important that these 2 batsmen, if they're not finding the boundary, just work the ball into the gaps and run hard. 6 doubles will get them where they want to be at end of the over. That was way wide. It was even difficult for the Superman, Gurbaz, behind the stump.
Well, I'm sensing the tension in Fidai's voice here. And I'm sensing the tension in the hands there out of Abdur Rahman as well. That was well wide. I mean, as wide as you possibly can be. Slow bouncer. The overhead smash, gently. Again, good running because that's a big field. There's plenty of space out there. So, yes, they can save the boundaries, but not the twos. Interesting stuff there. The pressure is still on. 268 for 7 and 3 to go.
Viday, please take a seat. You are twitching. You're making us nervous.
Well, if I could transpire this on the field. No, I'm actually enjoying the game because it's really nice that you get the game, that you're there to watch. It's nice to have the game come down to the wire, come down to last over, and then absolutely whoever played better cricket on that given day deserved to win. So, I mean, do not bring it on me. I really want better cricket, and I just want the better side to win the game. Are you just helping me take care of my tears? You got it wrong.
No tears needed yet. No, come on, save the tears. This is potentially a very, very good finish.
I'm going to remember that. Save the tears. Thank you very much.
See, your voice has calmed down the moment you took that seat.
I'm happy I am with the doctors here, doing multiple tasks, commentating and take care of me.
No, we can mop your furrowed brow. We can't offer you any more help than that. Again, the 2. So this is the conundrum for Afghanistan here and for Hambantota, because we're seeing quite a lot of 2s these last couple of overs. And there's going to be a discussion. I mean, when can you afford to bring men in and risk someone going over the top of their heads? Can you squeeze these 2s into 1s? Because obviously 2 a ball wins you the game. Can be as simple as simple mathematics. 2 a ball wins you the game. But if you can squeeze that, couple of dot balls, squeeze the boundaries, then we don't have to mop Viday's brow yet again.
And if you're able to do it thrice in an over, pick up 2 runs, you'll force the bowler to make a mistake.
Well bowled. Now that's good running, isn't it? Because again, with the pressure on in the field, you got your man saving 1 who's not saving 1. He's just inside. He's not on the edge of the circle here quite. But Shadab was so ready to run. That was fine. I mean, Shah was not ready for it, but he was never under pressure, and he's got those long legs. He can take about 3 strides.
All is well that ends well. And for the fielder, you have a backup. He still doesn't want to aim at the wicket. So you don't need to hold the ball in your hand. Throw it. You might just want to take the chance. What if it hits the wicket? What if it gives you the wicket?
Shadab was always in. I tell you, Shadab was always in there. And again, they're looking to dab these singles. They've got that 2. They've got the 1s. They've got 4 off the first 3. And this is what's known as, I think, a bit of experience coming into play here, because the worst thing, of course, that Pakistan can do now is swing wildly, give away another wicket or 2, game done. But if they keep just edging their way through, keeping in touch, even though it is still, 11.6 technically required from each over. Okay, a couple of good balls, that gets harder, but keep in touch, and then you get the odd boundary. Shine sharp. Seen him do it all over the world. Suddenly a couple of long levers over the boundary, game changes. There go those levers, but he hasn't got hold of it. The catch is taken. It's Rashid Khan who keeps a cool head at wide mid-wicket, and that is exactly what Afghanistan wanted, exactly what Pakistan did not.
Yeah, to be able to find a boundary as a batsman, you've got to be very lucky. Pace off, longer boundaries, not many has been able to clear the boundary line. And that's where Shah Afridi faltered, not the fielder, not the bowler.